You created the funding gap, mate. Not us. Not us. Hi, it's me again, and now I've made a few videos on it the last few days. Some of them might be on the channel, some of them might be in the queue to go on the channel, about the announcements the BBC made over the last few days. That's turned up a right hornet's nest on the internet, isn't it? It's going crazy. They're getting slagged off left, right and centre on the internet. Well, they have put out a proper release about everything they're doing. Now, I thought we could have a look at it together, and as always, I'll have a moan and a bitch about it. But hopefully I can give some credit where it's due. Well, we'll see about that. Right, let's have a look. Plan to deliver a digital-first BBC. The plan focuses on creating a modern, digital-led and streamlined organisation that delivers the most value from the licence fee and delivers more for audiences. So this is on the BBC Media Centre. This is their official statement on the whole thing. So I thought we could have a look, because sometimes the newspapers skew things or don't give the full information. You know, if you want to know what was really said, go to the horse's mouth, right? So let's have a look at this statement on BBC Media Centre. So they've got a plan, and the first phase represents £500 million of annual savings and reinvestment to make the BBC digital-led. And as part of this plan, £200 million will contribute to the £285 million annual funding gap, which they've created themselves. They keep banging on about this £285 million funding gap that they've got. They created it themselves. They get 3.2 billion quid a year. And they're saying, you've taken away some of our money. Now we've got to find 285 million. No, I ain't taking away your money. We're gifting you for doing jack all 3.2 billion quid a year. If you can't run your telly stuff and your radio stuff on that, what chance have you got? Because there's countries that run with a smaller GDP than that. You created the funding gap, mate. Not us. Not us. The BBC will also reinvest £300 million to drive a digital-first approach through changes to content and output and additional commercial income. So I like the sound of additional commercial income. What I think they mean is BBC Studios flogging stuff and funneling some profits back to the bit of the BBC that you pay for with your licence fees. Just show ads. Just show ads. Even Netflix has started to show ads now. People, you know, they don't particularly like ads, but we're used to it now. It's the way of the world. It's how things are funded. You're watching this because YouTube sells ads. If they didn't sell ads, you wouldn't be able to watch this. No one cares anymore. It's fine. Just show ads, BBC. So they're going to fund this £300 million by shifting significant amounts of money into new programmes for iPlayer, which will also attract extra third-party investment on screen. Bit vague, isn't it? Third-party investment on screen. So they're going to sell product placement. Are they allowed to do that? Are they going to put ads on there? Or do they just mean they're going to make shows for iPlayer that they can also sell around the world? That would make sense, but that doesn't ring how it says there. Extra third-party investment on screen. Product placement or ads, I reckon. Making savings in broadcast news and reinvesting that in video and digital news, and investing up to £50 million a year in product development. Again, very vague with your product. Product development. Not show development, drama show development, news development. Product development. Going to start selling stuff, BBC. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Director General Tim Davie told staff, when I took this job, I said that we needed to fight for something important. Public service, content and services. Freely available, universally for the good of all. What part of the BBC is freely available? It's not freely available at all. It's freely accessible. It's not freely available because you have to pay the licence fee to access it. Even the boss doesn't know what he's going on about, does he? Right, so the important bit is examples of future changes announced include. This is the bit I wanted to look at. So the creation of a single 24-hour news TV channel serving UK and international audiences called BBC News. Because they have a couple of rolling 24-hour news channels. Got the one that you watch on Freeview or on Sky or whatever. You shouldn't watch it. And then they've got another one that serves like hotels and foreign things. They're going to make it all one. All one. But they're going to maintain the ability to offer separate broadcasts depending on what's happening at home and abroad. That sounds like a sensible measure, doesn't it? Why run two 24-hour rolling news things when you can run one and you can still separate them digitally? Fine. Sounds like a fair idea. No problem. Plans to stop broadcasting smaller linear channels such as CBBC, and BBC 4 and Radio 4 after the next few years. Yeah, I've mentioned in another video about the BBC 4 thing. I don't understand why BBC 4 is going to go digital only. Or when they brought back BBC 3, which is for the kids who love watching stuff digital only. Doesn't make any sense. Ongoing work to strip out any unnecessary bureaucracy, reducing running costs and simplifying way of working and free up time. Yeah, and it's throughout the entire BBC, it's just wasteful. It's well known for it in the industry as well. I read a lot of the trade press. The BBC is known for being really, really wasteful and bureaucratic. And it's how they've worked, it's how they've always operated. And to get that sea change all the way through is going to be hard. I've said before, the best way to fix the BBC is to shut the bugger down and start again from scratch. That's the only way you're going to stop that. An ambition to reach 75% of BBC viewers through iPlayer each week. Big number, isn't it? Big number. They reckon, what was it, like 91%? No, it was more than that, wasn't it? 97% of all adults in the UK access BBC services on a daily or weekly basis. So if 75% of those are now doing it via iPlayer, now you can start charging a subscription to iPlayer and you don't need your channels anymore. Maybe that's where that's going. Maybe that's where it's going. Be good if it was, wouldn't it? No license fee. This was an important one I saw. Look, requesting Ofcom to remove regulatory restrictions on iPlayer to expand box sets and archive content. They're only allowed to have stuff. I mean, they were only allowed to have stuff that was shown on the telly a little while ago for 30 days on iPlayer. How does that make any sense? How are you going to compete with the streaming giants like Netflix and that when you can only have the show on there for 30 days? So that got changed and they're allowed to have the show on there for a year now. That still doesn't make any sense, does it? A BBC show should be available on iPlayer constantly, forever. That's their archive of shows, isn't it? Well, that's the way it should be. Can you imagine Netflix having to take their shows off after a year? So you wouldn't get any subscribers, would you? So, yeah. But the thing with Ofcom is most of the chairs and the executives in Ofcom are ex-BBC people anyway. So that should just be, you know, going out to lunch and getting it signed, shouldn't it? Changes in local radio and regional news to ensure high-quality, distinctive BBC local journalism is available every day and where audiences want it. And on a daily basis, I hear people defend the BBC for their local content. They say if you get rid of the licence fee, the BBC won't be able to afford to do the local news and the local radio. And that is the thing that's worth it. And yeah, if that's your sort of cup of tea, fair enough. I mean, I used to listen to BBC Essex on the way to work. I don't know why, I just liked hearing about old people's gardens and local traffic news. But, you know, if it wasn't there, would I have missed it? No, but that's just me. There is an argument for keeping a public service broadcaster is the local news, because no one else is doing it. No one else is doing it, are they? The local papers are absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. They just copy and paste articles from everywhere else. Very rarely any proper local stuff. So that is the one argument for keeping it. Could they keep that if the licence fee went? Would they have enough money to do that commercially? Well, probably not on radio, because all the independent commercial local radio stations have all been bought up, haven't they, and put into, was it iHeart Radio or Heart or something, wasn't it? So, yeah, that probably is the one argument for keeping the BBC about, really. Not my argument, but I understand it when people shout it at me in the pub, which they did the other night. So it's quite a big article, this one, and if you're interested to read it all, I always put the links in the description. For anything I talk about, you'll always find the links in the description, so you can go and have a look. So it's quite a big thing. I'm going to read the whole thing. But it's interesting that the BBC is finally standing up and looking to make change. Are they doing that solely to be able to keep the licence fee, or are they doing it solely to create a more sustainable company that could survive with a different funding method? That's the interesting point, isn't it? But let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. I'll be interested to hear what you've got to say. And of course, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because that way, hopefully, I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da!